What up, though, YouTube? Artie Ziff, Pop the Boys, Money in the Bank participant quiz. All right, so before we start, this might be the most ambitious quiz we've done so far, bro. We have 233 possible answers to do in 12 minutes, and my biggest issue is the WrestleMania era. I can do that, and then the past, like, maybe decade, but all of these from 2010 to like 2013, y'all know that's not my era. I wasn't watching. That's going to be tough for me. And honestly, past WrestleMania 23, I wasn't really watching. So we have a good like 8 matches here where I'm going to know nothing. But we're going to start from the most current and then work our way forward, which has been our formula so far. I'm trying to think of what's 80. We got to try to get like 170 in order to get that 80% threshold that we promised here on the channel. We need to start working on some challenges that we need to do here on the channel if we don't reach that 80% threshold. So let's go ahead. Let's get started, y'all. I remember this last Money in the Bank. It was Chelsea Green, and Stratton won, of course. It's Io Sky. And Naomi was in it. Zoe Stark was in it. And was it Valkyria? Okay. And then the men's, it was Andrade. It was Carmelo. McIntyre won it. Jay Uso was in there. Was it Gable? And LA Knight. Okay. Now, so we got to think the year before. I remember the year before, Becky would see those multiples is what's going to do it for us. So once we get towards the end, we got to just start guessing some stars that we know were in it. Trish Stratus was in that one, and I think Zelina Vega. So the past 2 years, I can remember those pretty well. I remember the year before that, it was Butch, Priest won. It was Logan Paul. It was Shinsuke. It was Santos, and it was Ricochet. See, now before then, I have no idea. I'm going to start ringing off some people in the past couple years that I remember was in a Money in the Bank match. But like I don't remember if they won or not. I'm going to just ring off some people that like I knew were in Money in the Bank matches. And honestly, we're just going to do that for everything. We're going to go Kane. We're going to go Asuka. We're going to go Alexa Bliss. I feel like she was in 1,000 of them. I feel like Lacey Evans was in 1,000 of them. I do remember Shotzi being in some of them. And also Raquel. I remember her being in at least one. Rodriguez. Okay. We're already at 78. We might be able to do something with this, y'all. Liv Morgan, I don't think Bianca was in one. No. Natalia has been around forever. Tamina has been around forever. Who's some people that's been around? I think Kevin Owens has been in a few. Sami Zayn has been in a few. Let's go like Rey Mysterio. Actually, he was surprisingly in one. Actually, you got to think Rey Mysterio wasn't really part of the company during like when Money in the Bank really became a thing. I don't recall Roman ever. Roman was in one. Which was that? Money in the Bank 2015? Did he win it? No, Sheamus won that one, right? Yeah, Sheamus won that Money in the Bank. I think I remember Corbin being in a few. Otis. Was Gable in any? Gable wasn't in any. Let's go ahead and knock out Shelton Benjamin. Let's go ahead and knock out the ones from back in the day. I remember the first ever Elimination Chamber. We were looking at Kane, Shelton Benjamin. Was it Umaga? No. Ric Flair was in it for sure. It was Christian. It was Punk. Oh no, Punk was in a later one. The first one ever was Edge. I'm tripping. Benoit was in it. The man who shall not be named. My apologies. Christian Kane. Who am I missing from that? Jericho. Jericho was the one that made the damn match, and he didn't win it. That was it. I distinctly remember Matt Hardy being in a couple. Okay, he can slap a tornado. He can drive the sea. I remember that one at WrestleMania 22. Finlay being in that one. Lashley was in it too. And then Rob Van Dam won that. We have to start thinking of Royal Rumble winners too. So WrestleMania 23, that's when they switched it to 8 people. And that's the last time that I remember. WrestleMania 23 was right before I stopped watching wrestling. So I remember Booker was in that one. and I think a young Orton was in that one too. And then Mr. Kennedy won it, right? Um, you got to think Sandow had the briefcase. Who else had the briefcase? We already guessed Corbin, right? Who's some Money in the Bank winners? He had Edge, Cena, of course. Who else is cashed in that briefcase? We have had what's the girl named Carmella has cashed in the briefcase. Miz has cashed in the briefcase, of course. See Ziggler. If when I think of Ziggler, I automatically think of Del Rio's. Maybe Del Rio was in it. Woods wasn't in any. I remember Mark Henry being in a Rumble. Of course, he didn't cash in. Punk, Jack Swagger actually cashed. We were just talking about Jack Swagger being World Heavyweight Champion. We're actually doing a lot better than I thought. Just ringing off with these quizzes where you can get multiple answers with like one guess. That's what really does it. If we're talking about that same era, MVP feels out a lot. I'm trying to think of people who would have been in Rumbles for like spots, but not winning during that era. Carlito. I feel like we should go back to like this 2018, 2019 era. Cause I was watching wrestling really heavy and I should definitely know more answers from that. Braun won a Rumble, right? Braun Strowman. Yeah. Finn would have been in there. And it also was a tag team Money in the Bank too, wasn't it? Or am I tripping? Cause I remember Kalisto did like that Salida del Sol through the ladder, or was that just like a tag team ladder match? I might be thinking wrong. Let's go. Let's put Sasha Banks in there. Did we guess all of the Horus women? We already guessed Becky. Did we guess Charlotte? I don't remember Charlotte being in one. Oh yeah, Charlotte not doing no ladder match, bro. Charlotte not doing no ladder match, bro. I'm just trying to think of random women from like that 2018, 19 era. Men as well. Um, let's lock in, y'all. Ember Moon, Lana. We already guessed Lacey Evans. What was the girl? Emma? Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke was in two. Okay. Um, we already. I'm trying to just think of men and women. We already guessed Nakamura. Who would have been part of the division that like? Oh, Brock came in and just randomly stole it. And I remember Brock because Ali was in there too. Because Ali was supposed to win. He was grabbing a briefcase and he was standing there like comically long holding the briefcase until Brock came in. So we're missing the 2020. Oh, we already guessed Rey Mysterio. I'm about to say Rey Mysterio, did he get thrown off the roof? So 2020, I'm trying to think of the pandemic rumble when they were in the damn Titan Tower or whatever running around. That's what I need to think of. Just Aleister Black was in that. Aleister Black and Daniel, because I remember Daniel Bryan walked into his office when they were fighting. And then for the women on that one, you gotta think of it. Already guess Alexa Bliss. What am I missing from that? Sonya Deville? No. Who else is in the stud line? Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler. And we already guessed Zoe Stark. Baszler. There we go. 2022 Rumble. I mean, not 2022 Rumble. Money in a Bank match. 2022. That's when trying to think of Theory cash in for the U.S. title, bro. Theory cash in for the U.S. title. We definitely beat this, but we still got 4 minutes left to try to ring off as many as possible. I'm going to struggle with this era right here. So we have to just think. Let's just think of like Money in the Bank winners. Nikki ASH. Did they just fill her in already? Yeah, they put Nikki Cross. Who are people that's cashed in? Asuka. We already guessed Asuka. Braun, Alexa. We guessed Corbin. We guessed Carmella. Ambrose cashed in, right? Yeah, Ambrose was in a few of them. Sheamus, we already guessed Sheamus because he cashed in on Roman at Survivor Series. Seth cashed in at Mania. What am I thinking? We already guessed Seth. Okay. Orton cashed in. We already guessed Orton because it was a younger Orton at that other Mania. Cena, Did we already guess Del Rio? Yeah, we guessed Del Rio and we guessed Ziggler. Ah, who else we missed? Kane. Kane was definitely one, but we guessed Kane. Kane was one of the first people we guessed. Feel like we guessed all of the winners, bro. Mr. Kennedy, Punk, Edge were all early on. Rob Van Dam was early on. Who are some people that would have been in these? Who somebody would have been in there for like spots in this era, like a Evan Bourne. We already guessed Mark Henry, like a Paul London, maybe. No. Cody? Cody was in a lot of just random matches during that era. Okay, that makes sense. Cody. I'm not going to remember anybody from this. Let's focus on men's 2020 and men's 2021. I feel like we should be able to guess those just because like we were there. Trying to think of spots that happened in those rumbles. We already guessed Riddle, right? Yeah, Riddle's already in there. Kevin Owens. John Morrison was in one of those. Yeah, John Morrison was in one of those. We already guessed Miz. Think of Morrison, you think of Miz. I don't think Johnny Nitro, Joey Mercury would have been in one back in the day. No. Theory McIntyre. Pete Dunne. Was his name Butch at the time? I could have sworn he was in one. Did we guess him already? Okay. Do you know who we're missing from this 2022 Money in the Bank match? I'm trying to avoid cussing just because I'm trying to get this page monetized. I was about to cuss and y'all will understand when y'all know who I'm referencing. Bro, Madcap Moss took up a Money in the Bank spot. 2019 women. Who's random women from 2019? 2019. Already guessing this. Ember Moon. We guess Emma. We guess Lana, right? Yeah. Mandy Rose. I'm just trying to think of like blonde women that Vince would have loved. Mandy Rose was in there. Let's see if it's any just random people we can guess. Bobby Roode, Samoa Joe from that era. We already guessed Strowman. Was Bray in one? No. Was Harper in one? No. Rowan? No. Was like Bo Dallas or Axel in there to like help out Miz as part of the B team? We already guessed Sandow, right? Of course we guessed Rusev was in a Money in the Bank match, I think. Beautiful. All right, so we're only missing out on 18. Who? Cesaro, Big Show. Okay, so let's just go to the top and see who we missed. I sold on Big Show. I should have just guessed on Big Show. I for sure should have guessed R-Truth as well. I feel like he was in a later one too. Big Show, R-Truth, Barrett, Cesaro. Those are the people I sold on. These other ones, I wouldn't have guessed Lord Tensire or Justin Gabriel. I would have never guessed those. But we got 92%, y'all, and the average score is 50. And you're looking at it, we guess who's at the very bottom. Madcap Moss was just like I told y'all, bro. Y'all understand why I was about to cuss, because what was Madcap Moss in a Money in the Bank match? That's Madcap Moss. What was the least one. So I'm proud of that. I appreciate y'all watching another quiz. We got more on the way. I'm not going to do the same spiel at the end of every one, but we have a podcast, Facts Over Acts, a sports podcast, launching a wrestling podcast soon. Follow on Twitch, sub up, like, subscribe, do all of those things that you like. Everybody that's watching this video has probably been chronically online for at least a decade now. So do all of the stuff that all the other creators ask you to do. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know the drill. Be there or be squared. You know why? Y'all not going to be around, yo. Peace.